EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's make these babies go.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running, it's Drake. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. 30. 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now it's Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Murray. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Check. Fresno.
Murray now on first down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Able to find Isabella. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
45, Mike, 45.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Murray. Throw caught here by Bird. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
Watch the twist.
They'll run with Drake, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down. It's Cohen, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. On 1st down, Cohen. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 49 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the game.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing on first down is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Murray gets this one to Isabella, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Murray now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, 34 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky, incomplete.
It's been my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Trubisky to throw, and that will be incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Murray now. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. 1st down, Murray. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Max Williams, as the first half is winding down. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Drake. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray again, 2nd and 10. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Murray now, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd down. Murray, they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside and break it inside. Really well run route.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert. 2nd round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Lost the pass. Check 31. Check 31.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. He's got a first down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Cohen, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 29, Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 5-yard touchdown run. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Underneath for Johnson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Murray has the 1st down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the toss play, this is Drake. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. And he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On the draw, this is Cohen. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for third down. Trubisky to throw. A screen complete to Crowell. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On second down now, it's Cohen. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. A rough go there on third down along
the NFL. Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose. But in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.